The Stoic approach to adversity, the ancient Greek philosophy of Stoicism, was centered on leading a moral life. The Stoics' philosophy of life has gained popularity in recent years, and with good cause. It is a philosophy that emphasizes cultivating qualities and wisdom, and we can successfully overcome adversity and lead excellent lives by leading knowledgeable and moral lives. Recognize that everyone will experience hardship at some point in their lives. Simply put, adversity is a natural part of life. You will occasionally encounter difficulties in your life, regardless of how cautious you are. For example, you cannot survive life without dealing with your own or other people's ailments. And a lot of us will face significant obstacles in our life, including losing a job, being divorced, or losing a loved one. Thus, overcoming adversity is an essential life skill because it is an inevitable aspect of the human experience. The good news is that the Stoics give us a great way of living that makes us more resilient to hardship. Some of the Stoic methods for leading a moral life are listed below. Apply them to your own life and observe how much more adept you get at overcoming hardship so that you can genuinely flourish. Develop your adaptation and acceptance skills. The Latin expression amor fati, which translates to love of one's fate, was embraced by the Stoics. Admittedly, many of us find that difficult to accept. How can we really love the terrible things that occasionally occur in our lives? The important thing is to keep in mind that even the most objectively negative things that happen to us can be used to our advantage. That's because you can learn something from even the worst events. I'll admit, for example, that interpersonal conflict is awful. However, a dispute also teaches you a lot about other individuals. During disagreements or arguments, people reveal their genuine selves. Because of this, you can tell right away during a dispute if someone is essentially harsh and resentful or compassionate and grown up. When confronted with challenging circumstances, you also discover a lot about yourself. When we encounter obstacles in life, we discover whether we are resilient or if we buckle under the pressure. Above all, though, challenging conditions teach us how to adjust to new scenarios. Recognize that one of the most crucial life skills you can acquire is adaptability. After all, things rarely go as planned in life. Additionally, you will never thrive in life if you crumble when things don't go your way. Instead, flexibility is the key to success in life. People who can overcome setbacks and adjust to changing conditions are the ones who succeed in the end. Love your fate then, even the negative aspects of your destiny, because you can learn how to become a more robust and adaptable person from your fate. Concentrate on growing your virtues. The Stoics held that cultivating the four virtues of wisdom, courage, moderation, and justice was the path to a well-lived life. To that list, I would add kindness. The good news is that we shall prosper despite hardship if we cultivate our values. We are all aware that the secret to a good life is virtue. You will suffer in life if you concentrate your energies on achieving other goals, including fame and fortune. Just take a look at all the famous and wealthy people who are unhappy. They are depressed and drug users. Because they are focused on the wrong issue, they are unable to deal with life's periodic challenges. The Stoics understood that cultivating your virtues is essential to leading a fulfilling life. After all, you will have healthy relationships if you treat people with wisdom and kindness. You will be healthy if you eat and drink in moderation. Additionally, having courage and justice will make you feel good about who you are and how you behave in the world. Unfortunately, we no longer emphasize moral behavior in our society. Rather, we are curious about the number of friends or followers we have on Facebook and Instagram, respectively. The size of our homes and the brand of our cars are concerns for us. However, none of it will make you a decent person. And you will only ever find true happiness in life if you are a good, kind person. I have both joyful and sad folks in my life. Furthermore, I can assure you that your happiness will not be determined by the difficulties you face in life. Instead, your decision to live a moral life is the only thing that will determine whether you are happy or unhappy. For example, I have a number of neighbors who are genuinely good individuals. They are always so nice to me when I meet them. They work with humility and assist others, and they're content. On the other hand, I have also known depressed and unhappy folks over the years. Moreover, they had one thing in common. They didn't care about leading moral lives. Rather, they were only focused on taking care of themselves. They therefore acted without love or intelligence, and their unhappiness was caused by their greed. thus decided to adopt a Stoic lifestyle. Concentrate on cultivating your virtues. Be mindful of justice, moderation, courage, wisdom, and kindness in your daily life. Doing so will enable you to flourish in life, despite the occasional setback. Develop emotional control. The development of emotional regulation was a concern for the Stoics. The capacity to control which emotions will affect your conduct is known as emotional regulation. It's the capacity to control your emotions. To put it briefly, you can't stop feeling emotions, of course. Emotions are a normal part of being human. However, when we control our emotions, we prevent them from arbitrarily dictating how we behave. That's easier for some of us than for others. I know people, for example, who live spectacular lives, saying and doing whatever comes to mind. They don't act wisely because they are driven by their emotions. Recognize that we always end up embarrassing ourselves when we behave purely out of emotion. Over the years, I've known folks whose emotions rule them. Because they lack self-control, they can act aggressively or go off the handle at times. They can control their emotions like children. Adults with emotional maturity, on the other hand, control their emotions. They don't act or speak about their feelings at the time. Rather, they stand back and ask themselves, what is the wise thing to do in this moment? Logically. Additionally, if they adhere to Stoicism, they can question themselves, what is the most moral thing to do right now? However, how can we improve our ability to control our emotions? Well, you must learn to think clearly. Fortunately, there are numerous options for doing so. You may meditate every day. To become wiser, you might also dedicate yourself to studying religion or philosophy. Whatever path you decide on, just practicing emotional regulation will make it a lot simpler for you to deal with life's obstacles. Adopt a Stoic mentality. The serenity prayer, which sagely says, is extremely similar to the Stoic way of thinking. God, please give me the peace to accept what I cannot change, the bravery to alter what I can, and the discernment to recognize the difference. The Stoics advocated concentrating on their ideas, deeds, and attitudes, the things that they could control. They also held that one should not concentrate on things that were beyond their control, such as outside occurrences, results, and other people's behavior. The secret to conquering hardship is making the right decisions about what to prioritize in life. Recognize that dwelling on things beyond your control will only lead to frustration. Try concentrating all of your energy, for example, on regulating the behavior of others. That's like slamming your head against a wall, I assure you. It's useless and annoying. We are better prepared to handle any challenging circumstance if we only concentrate on ourselves and the things that we can control. This is because we aren't squandering time and effort attempting to alter circumstances beyond our control. Rather, we are effectively concentrating our efforts on the things that we have control over ourselves. Recognize the transience of existence. The impermanence of life was recognized by the Stoics. That indicates that everything is changing all the time.